Ooh, what is cracking, folks? Is CFK Crew here to bring you some more TEW 2016 WCW. It lives again tonight on the March the 8th edition of Monday Nitro. No, wait, March the 1st. Whoopsie daisy. We have the following card of announced matches. We have Greed taking on Super Crazy in a title match as part of his punishment for his intentional count out victory at New Blood Rising against the Hurricane. We have Sloth and Gluttony taking on Punk and Cabana in tag team action. We have AJ Styles defending his television championship against Mike Sanders. We have Finley defending his not hardcore, his hardcore, but we don't have hardcore matches. His uncensored championship against Animal. We have, and that's all we have announced for tonight. Many more matches will be scheduled during the show, hopefully. Let's get right into this. The show opens with Eric Bischoff and J-Mar Cujo in the ring. Eric announces tonight's main event will be Wrath and Envy taking on the $1 Million Corporation of Chuck Palumbo and Sean Stasiak. Upon saying that, the $1 Million Corporation comes out, DiBiase leading the duo, basically saying that no matter who they have to fight, the end goal will always be the same, which is we'll make a profit. Just then, lights kind of dim. I'll have that be their thing. That'll be Wrath's thing. The lights dim. Lights dim. Out comes Wrath and Envy. Wrath just runs up straight up to brawl with Stasiak, and it's chaos. And after a few moments of fighting, Booker T runs out, grabs a microphone, and basically says, "I don't care about y'all's fight. Basically, y'all nothing but a bunch of suckers. All I'm trying to say is, Bischoff, what's your announcement? Do I get my title match at Super Brawl?" With Bischoff says, yes. I almost forgot and missed the chaos as everyone else is still fighting. But Bischoff announced that at Super Brawl, it will be a triple threat. Booker T versus Sean Stasiak versus Wrath for the WCW World Heavyweight Championship. The fighting continues on for a little longer before security breaks it up. And about that had good wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd. Greed defeated Super Crazy in 7:06 when Super Crazy got intensely disqualified, when Greed got intensely disqualified. Oh, right, I should have put Super Crazy won the match. Oops. So Greed intentionally got himself disqualified by grabbing a weapon and bumping Super Crazy with it. And as he starts to continue his assault, Hurricane runs down and runs him out of the ring. We have Lillian Garcia backstage interviewing the Misfits in action, Hugh Morris, Lashley Rowe, and Van Hammer. Basically, one asking them, how are they doing after their loss at New Blood Rising? Hugh Morris basically says that the Misfits in action will always be ready, willing, and able to engage in combat. We faltered once, but an army is... a war is never won over one battle. There's plenty more fight left in the Misfits. Attention. Dismissed. And they all disperse. In a decent match, Punk and Cabana defeated Sloth and Gluttony when CM Punk defeated Sloth by pinfall with a plain straight. In terms of in-ring work, CM Punk was heads and shoulders above everybody else. Sloth was the weak link. That is very true. Punk is so great. I need to push Punk for SummerSlam. No. After the match, when Punk and Cabana leave, James Maritato and the FBI run out and retaliate, beating up Sloth and Gluttony, as Sloth and Gluttony beat Maritato up last Thursday on Thunder. We cut to Jamie Noble in the locker room looking around for somebody. He finds Rey Mysterio. He says, hey Rey, you know, what was it, a couple weeks ago, we had #1 contendership match for the United States Championship, and I got knocked out by Brian Adams, so I was wondering, you being the fighting champion and all, can I get a title match? And Rey Mysterio, being the good chap he is, decides, you know what, Noble, I like you. We're going to have a match tonight. How's that sound? And Noble's like, hey, that sounds great for me. And that's that. No. Whoo! Ric Flair, motherfucker. All right. So, Jeff Jarrett, Ric Flair, and AJ Styles, Mark Jindrak backstage talking. Well, Jarrett's upset. He's still fuming after losing his match on Nitro last week to become the #1 contender. He says that should be him taking out those slut nuts with DiBiase and that psychopath Wrath. What was that? AJ Styles is cuts a promo on Mike Sanders, who was his opponent next. And Ric Flair kind of hypes up Mark Jindrak, the newest member of the group, talking about his accolades as part of the Natural Born Thrillers, talking about his physique, talking about his physical accomplishments, how much he can bench, how fast he can run, all that stuff, right? And he was like, these two guys right here, they are the future of this company, handpicked out by the Nature Boy. Woo! And about that had decent wrestling, but didn't have much heat. AJ Styles defeated Mike Sanders in 7:06 by pinfall with the Styles Clash. Styles makes defense #2 of his WCW World Television title. We cut backstage in the dark room with Wrath, Envy, and Greed having gluttony and sloth been beaten up earlier in the night. It starts off with Envy talking instead of Wrath, which is a bit strange. He says, Stasiak, tonight we are going to get our revenge on you, but WCW, do not take a moment of ease. That evil does not hold as much gold. As he looks at himself, as we've had before. He's like, I'll be getting gold back soon. And Greed's like, hey, Wrath, can I? Let me ask you a question. How about me and Envy go out and use Envy's rematch clause to get those tag team titles back? But Wrath isn't really in the talking mood. He's just shaking back and forth, or rocking back and forth, looking menacingly at the camera or whatnot. Greed's like, yeah, I get it. Too much, too greedy. Yeah, shut up. But he says underneath his breath. Wrath says Envy knows what his role is. Greed should know what his role is. Sloth and gluttony are around. But pride, lust, you two forgot your place in sin. The 7 deadly sins were united, and now the 7 deadly sins are divided. But do not forget that I am the leader, I am Wrath, I am vengeance, and vengeance is mine. Envy, you know what to do. Stasiak, pride, whatever you call yourself these days, we're coming for you. Because evil is here. Backstage, we have Conan and BG James kind of having an altercation with Elu Skipper and Romeo like they always do. The two teams just have bad blood. As they're arguing with the two of them, though, Chavo Guerrero Jr. and Shane Douglas come out, blindside them, and then the four of them, the heels, put the boots to the tag team champions. In a decent match, Fit Finlay defeated Animal in 808 by pinfall with the Tombstone Piledriver. Fit Finlay makes defense #2 of his WCW Hardcore title. We head backstage. Lillian Garcia is interviewing Sean O'Hare, who we have not seen much since losing the championship match against Wrath at New Blood Rising. She asks him, where's his head at right now? Where's his direction? He's basically like, well, you know what? I'm not quite sure right now. I took some time off a month or two back to, get my head straight. Came back, became the #1 contender. I main evented the pay-per-view, but wasn't able to get the job done. And that's on me. I need to get better. All right. But one day I'm going to be a champion at this company. I'm going to be the future of WCW. Right then and there. Ric Flair, AJ Styles, and Mark Jindrak come out. Ric Flair's like, you're going to be a future world champion? Ha, please. You're not even half the wrestler that the phenomenal one AJ Styles is. You're not half the physical specimen that the mark of perfection Mark Jindrak is. Woo! You see, I don't pick you to be the man. And to be the man, you gotta be chosen by the man. Alright? And you're nothing but a washed up tag team wrestler. Nothing more, nothing less. Woo! These boys are the future. And you're nothing. Alright, in a decent match, Rey Mysterio Jr. defeated Jamie Noble in 12-11 by pin, not using the rope for leverage, goddammit. When Envy ran in and attacked Rey Mysterio and Noble won the match. I gotta remember to do my disqualifications properly. Noble won the match, but he didn't win the belt. Alright. So Envy, apparently Envy has his eyes set on the United States Championship, not the tag team belts. I guess he will not be using his rematch clause for the time being. How about to read the freestyle angle? Lillian Garcia is interviewing Booker T, Diamond Dallas Page, and Sting. DDP and Sting are basically talking about how things are getting out of hand here in WCW. It's been a long trajectory ever since Wrath won DDP says ever since Canyon won the World Championship off of Booker, things ain't been the same. And then we have DiBiase running full-fledged, running hog wild. And Ric Flair is up to his old dirty tricks along with Jeff Jarrett. It's just, it's a rough one. But Booker's like, but all that's going to change in a few Sundays when I win back my WCW World Heavyweight Championship. Now, can you dig it? Sucker! Alright. Now, if you excuse me, I got a match to watch tonight to see how my opponents are going to be for Super Brawl. And then we cut to the main event. In a superb match, Wrath and Envy defeat Drew with the $1 Million Corporation in 1549. When the match descended into chaos after Gluttony, Sloth, James Maritato, Greed, Tony Mamluk, and Julio Tenero all became involved. Wrath was head and shoulders above everybody else. That was Envy. Stasiak and Palumbo, they really look kind of tag team level. And the show ends with a massive brawl. Ooh, 85. Up in 28 regions. That was one of my better shows. It is excellent. Very good. What's this? Rick has moved to Puerto Rico. What? Why Puerto Rico? Alright. 1558. And Tony Mamu doesn't get it. Let me just check. Broadcasting, television controls, Nitro. I mean, this year, the first Nitro this year, we got 1511. And more or less have been in the 15s all year. This is a big jump, actually. Before that, we were in the late 1400s. Interesting. Haven't checked Thunder either. It's about the same. Ooh, about the same. We'll be back with Thunder in a second. I don't know why I try to sing that. Be right back. Alright, we are back with Thunder. The show opens with Animal Mike Sanders backstage, kind of talking about their upcoming match tonight against Ric Flair and Mark Jindrak. They talk a little bit about how back before Starrcade, was it at Starrcade? Now I think about it. where Ric Flair cost them an opportunity to possibly have been tag team champions back then when they fought. No, he screwed him out. Screwed Animal out of a television championship match, and then screwed them at Starrcade or maybe before Starrcade. Anyways, got bad blood. Ric Flair comes out, walks to the locker room with them. They said, "You boys don't stand a chance against me and the Mark of Perfection, Mark Jindrak. Woo! Nothing but a bunch of washed up tag team wrestlers and somebody who thinks that they're above average. What the hell does that even mean, above average? I don't know what above average is. I'm amazing. I'm the nature boy. All right? You people are below me." About that had decent wrestling, but little heat. Elix Skipper defeated Kiwi in 602 by pinfall with the Overdrive Stardust. Afterwards, Elix and Romeo cut a promo about how they beat up Conan and BG James as tag team champions, how they won a tag team match, because they've beaten up those fools many times before. In a decent match, Hernandez defeats Sabu in 8:58 by pinfall after La Parca interferes. They run off. Afterwards, Lillian Garcia is interviewing Sabu, who's been on a bit of a losing streak recently. Basically asks him what's his, plans going forward, how to get some momentum back. And he's basically like, I'm not sure. Gotta beat somebody's ass. Out comes Lance Storm and Mike Awesome. And basically say, "You're nothing but a hardcore chump. You see, my friend," Lance says, "you're nothing but a hardcore, he finds a clever word to insult him with. I can't come up with at the moment in time. Here's my accomplice, Mike Awesome, who has delivered himself from the grasp of the United States culture, was unfortunately brought up knowing your pathetic hardcore wrestling, but is now transcended into a amazing pro wrestling style." Okay. "I will have to give a thorough reintroduction on your certain early level wrestling skills. So next week on Nitro, we will be having a match, and I will show you what it means to be a true Canadian citizen, an excellent wrestler, an excellent person. Good day." That's that. And about that has subpar wrestling and little heat. The Enforcers defeated the Young Dragons in 8:24 when Reno defeated Kaz by pinfall with Anna Lift. Anna Lift. And in the main event, Ric Flair and Mark Jindrak defeated Animal and Above Average in 9:58 when Jindrak defeated Mike Sanders by pinfall with the Mark of Perfection. Ric Flair is Ric Flair. And afterwards, Sean O'Hare comes out and stares down the Flair. "Not enough women." Magnum Tokyo. Alright. Who is upset? Van Hammer? What people upset? Oh, locker room. Do you have a match? Not this week. Just get better. Alright. Jason Jett's contract is ending. I will re-sign him. He's a good hand, good basics, decent wrestler all around. Can have a match with anybody. He has star quality, but I'm not pushing the hot commodity. Let's give him a 2-year deal. There he goes. Thunder's rating, and Mike Awesome says Hernandez can't sell worth a damn. He can't. Alright, and that is it for this week. We come back, we'll have the March 8th edition of Monday Nitro. Thanks for watching, folks. Bye-bye.